Hi, everyone. Welcome, everybody, wherever you are. This is Spiritual Psychics TV, and I am Rachel, as in Rachel D. Palmistry. Tonight, I am going to be reading palms from photos that you send in. Now, the email, if it is not pinned already on the screen for you, it will be very, very shortly. It is. I just got confirmation from Richard, the producer. So that is the email that you are going to send photos to. Now, what type of photo are you sending? Meaning which hand, how do you have to pose your hand, etc. You are going to only take a photo of the hand that you write with. Period. That's it. Not the non-dominant hand, meaning I am right-handed. I write with my right hand. That is my dominant hand. That is the hand I would take a photo of, the palm side. Now, make sure that the light is facing the palm, not behind it, okay? Make sure the light is shining on the palm itself, and you have to get it from the wrist, including all of the very tips of the fingers, okay? So if you are left-handed, that is the hand that you would send in. Now, what does that mean? Why am I saying only the hand that you write with? Well, the hand that you write with, if you are unfamiliar with the type of palmistry that I do, I've been doing this for 36 years now, Richard. I had to do the math the other day. oh, oh no. Richard just called me old, everybody. He's being sassy now. What's going on? Richard, cut it out. Anyway, so the hand that you write with is your current life. Yeah. So all of the lines that are on it, there are about 30% that actually show up when you were in the womb. It's like a little stamp, okay? And those lines will never change. But all the rest of those fine lines, not the fingerprints, okay? Those actually form first when you're in utero. But all the fine lines scattered everywhere on the palm and even the bottom two segments of the fingers and over here on this part of the thumb, they change every 6 to 8 weeks. And that's not all at one time. No, and it's very subtle, okay? So maybe one line will fade away and you'll get a new one starting to form, or maybe it was once a straight line and now it's starting to go like that. Or maybe it's a line that's deciding to break into two lines. It just changes like crazy, okay? So if you are interested in keeping track of what those lines are doing, I highly recommend that you get a water-based ink pad. I will say again, water-based, okay? You don't want to walk around with a fuchsia palm print for 6 weeks, okay? You don't want to do it. Make sure it is a washable, water-based ink pad, and you just put your palm in it and take a palm print, a hand print, okay? And you do that like every 6 or 8 weeks, and you will see the lines change. And you do that with the hand that you write with, because that is your current life. Now, what does that mean for the hand that you do not write with? Well, for me, that would be my left hand. That means that all the lines that are on my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand, represent the most poignant events from past lives. And I said plural, okay? But only the most important and poignant of events. So you could look at it and kind of look at your current life and see if you are repeating the same things over again, or maybe how to jump off the proverbial hamster wheel and go in a direction that you should energetically be going into, okay? So when I do things online like this for public, okay, I like to focus on the current life. So that being said, I'm going to try to do as many as possible in maybe the first hour. And then, that sounds like I'm going to be on here all day, right? But no. And then if I have time, I'm going to also be reading some cards very quickly too. Maybe an hour, yeah, maybe a minute. That's not very quick, is it? Maybe a minute or two per person, okay? And the deck that I have chosen for today is the Classic Tarot, okay? Now, what that means is that it is based on the Rider-Waite deck, which is kind of the go-to and the deck that was actually created from the Golden Dawn movement. But the cards have the original illustrations on them that were created in the Golden Dawn movement. Whereas a lot of the tarot cards or tarot decks that are out now have been modernized. Okay, so I'm kind of a purist at heart, right? But the stones I'm working with today, just so you know, this is a little cutie. This is a purple fluorite, and it is really, really wonderful. And it is actually for enhancing any kind of intuitive abilities, but I have been holding on to this for all day today, and it is with the cards. And for grounding, I also have a piece of ocean jasper. Now, even though this was created by the weight of the ocean sitting on the seafloor bed, right, and compressing all of these beautiful colors into a stone, this is still a jasper and has grounding effects, okay? So those are the two stones that I have been using lately, especially jasper. This today. Now, all that being said, if at any point in time you have a question about any of the readings I am giving, or about palmistry in general, or tarot, or just, hey, Rachel, do you do one-on-one appointments, or whatever, just reach out. And if you do have a question, please make sure that it is about what I said to you today in your reading. If it goes beyond the scope of that, it will require an appointment with me. And actually, I have been asked that quite a lot, Laura. Do you teach how to read palms? And I will probably start a class, to be quite honest with you. And I will probably offer one in person and also online, because I have been inundated with a lot of people over the past 3 weeks asking me about it. That, and also cards, meaning tarot specifically. So yeah, keep in touch. Look on sptv.uk. You can find me on there. You can also follow my page, Rachel G. Palmistry. If I do create a course, I will actually put it through SPTV's website and offer the course through SPTV, which is Spiritual Psychic Stevie, where you are tuned in and watching me right now. So yeah, just pay attention and keep looking it up, because I will do it. Right now, I'm offering a psychic development class in a one-on-one setting. Not one-on-one, but in person. I'm in Ohio in the States. So, yeah, it's so people come and we talk about psychic development and things like that. Hello, SK. How are you? Hey, Terry. Thank you for all the hard work, girl. Okay, thank you. Millie B. Long time no see. Hey there, light worker. How you doing with all these energy fluctuations going on? Hey, B. Hi there. Julie. Lovely to see you, too. Welcome. Linda. Hello, hello. North Wales. Okay. Hey, Ronnie. Good evening to you, too. Angela. Hello. Look at those flowers. All right. Hey, Jackie. Nice to see you. Benny, hey you. How are you doing? It's been a while. Natalie, you too. Where have you been? Hello again. Dominique, ooh, daffodils. Love. Or some people say jonquils. I say daffodils. Hey, Brennan. Hello, hello. Aspen, hello. Hey, everybody, don't forget to share this out. And don't forget to like and follow, okay? Spread the word. Hey, Kendra. Thanks for joining tonight, or wherever you are. Lisa, oh my goodness, it's been a while. Hello. Okay. All right. Millie B, guess what? You're getting your palm read. Woo, dun dun dun. Right? So let's do this. Richard's getting it ready right now. He's going to put it on the screen for me. And that's how we roll around here, isn't it, Richard? Okay. So, so you, Millie B, a lefty, kudos to you. Okay. A lot of people start out as a lefty and, yeah, through the system, through everything, they kind of get pushed into being a right-handed person. But so kudos to you for hanging in there and still being a lefty. Now, there are four main elements to the type of palmistry that I do, and that also kind of corresponds with tarot as well. That's earth, air, water, and fire. Now, you have water, Millie B. You have water, 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 water as your element. Now, the thing is that the shape of your fingers, okay, the length, the width, how the tips are formed, even your thumb and your palm, how it has certain areas that kind of are up like a little mountain, and then they have a valley in them even. And I'm talking about the Mount of Venus specifically, how that is up, and you can see by the reflection of the light on it that you have a lot of social interaction situations going on. And water. The thing about water-handed people, and we're not talking about astrology, okay? This is about your soul signature element, which can be seen through the hand, okay? So, water, highly intuitive, psychic abilities, very, very much an empath, very much, has been put through the ringer through life. And people will always keep coming up to water-handed people and telling them their problems. Just random people sometimes, okay? They will dump that proverbial water, which is emotion, right, on to people who have water hands. The most important thing, Millie B, and thank you for actually saying that little comment there, Millie B, about how it makes sense. The thing about water hands, though, little fair warning here, is that oftentimes they get inundated with so much from other people that after a while they will be upset. And if someone says, "Why are you upset?" a water-handed person can't really figure out why they are. And that's because the emotions that that are rolling around in their head and through them physically aren't just their own, but also the situations and emotions that other people have kind of poured into you, okay? So it's like water hands are a little sponge. Now, my advice is that you are going to have to pull back, Millie, and actually discern what are your situations that you yourself need to work with versus that which other people have kind of put onto you, poured that water on you to keep for them. Because once they dump all of that stuff on you, and I keep saying the word dump because we're talking about pouring water and emotions, right? Once they do that, they'll feel great. And a water-handed person such as yourself, Millie, will be left standing there going, What about me? Right? So that is why it just builds and builds and builds, okay? So to avoid burnout, Millie, I highly, highly suggest, and I'm saying this based on your lifeline. Your lifeline is really great. Your major line work is really great. But a lot of your lifeline energetically, that doesn't mean any kind of illness or anything. We're talking about energy here, right? Is a little bit on the shallow side, meaning that it's being depleted by, and the depletion is being caused by other people that are in your surroundings, meaning your own personal environment. So you have a lot of trouble tracking. I hear you. And when that energy signature when the energy kind of gets pulled away from us like that, that lifeline, which is this line right here, let me show you on my hand. That's this line that kind of wraps around, okay? You notice how yours is very shallow. It doesn't look as deep as mine. Now, the depth of that line can change dependent on what you are going through. If it is very deep like mine, that means that my energy is like, I can still, do stuff, right? But you, Millie, you have to pull back and reassess the situation when it comes to the people around you, okay? And what I mean by that is you need to ground. I would highly recommend going earthing. I would highly recommend just going outside, maybe sitting with a tree. And before you go, wait, what? Read up on this. There's a lot of scientific truth and fact behind actually benefiting from such things. Also, do not let people leave you to do things for them, meaning that they'll just be like, oh, Millie can do it, because that is adding to your angst. Please start communicating using Apollo, okay? Meaning telling people how what they are doing to you makes you feel. And also standing up for you, which is all about Mercury, and speaking the truth as to what they are doing that brings on your emotional response. That's the only way they're going to get it, and that's the only way things are going to change. And you can do it. And also, you have a very, very creative streak in you. You should take advantage of that, okay? Really, really. But right now, you're at a point where you are giving ideas to people and they are running with those ideas and taking credit for it. Reassess, Millie. You gotta reassess things that are going on around and for you and with you right now, and just baby step getting your own time back and getting that energy back that you need. Okay, because who wants to feel fatigued and who wants to just feel drained and kind of overwhelmed, right? So that's my advice to you, Millie, and that's what really, really popped out at me, okay? So if you have any questions, just reach out. Sincerely, just reach out, Millie, okay? And thank you for watching tonight. Yeah, and if you have any questions, going once, going twice. Okay, it's the HEIC, right? What is that? What is that, Richard? Okay, everybody. Okay, so there's a situation. You guys are sending in your photos of your palms. Thank you for that. But some of the photos are in a format called JFIF and maybe potentially HEIC. Now, in order for the palms to be used in the program, they have to be in a JPEG format. So when you are taking the photos with your phone, that's probably in the settings of the phone function, or you could try to save it as a JPEG. But if it is in the HEIC or JFIF, which I will be honest, I have never even heard of a JFIF file format, it cannot be used on the show because of the type of program that is used to put the palms on the screen and everything, okay? So just keep trying. Just keep trying, everybody. All right. So who else do we have, Richard? I'm going to tilt my computer just a twinge there. Okay. Okay, Angela. Angela Martina. Hello there. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you, Richard. All right, Angela. A couple things pop out like boom. Okay. Now, what I did not tell Millie, and what I have not told you yet, Angela, and what I have not told everybody who's watching, is first, the photos of the palms are not kept once the show is over. They are discarded, okay? So don't worry about that. The second thing is that anything that I say about like what a person is going through or personality type or anything is not meant to be taken in any kind of demeaning manner. It's just because we're all human. I mean, I can tell you what my palm has to say, okay? I mean, we're all human, and that's what soul energy on the palms is truly about, okay? So let's get back to Angela's hand here. Now, Angela, you have a combination hand. You actually have a fire palm with earth fingers. Now, what makes your palm fire? Well, if you were to draw a line from the base of your fingers all around the palm itself, the majority of it would pretty much be a perfect square, right? And that is the key to having a fire palm, is a nice square palm. Now, your fingers are a little bit too long to be fire fingers, so they are earth, okay? So what that means is you have a very volatile combination hand. There is only one thing that earth and fire have in common, and that is that they both need to be fed. You have to put kindling on a fire or that fire burns out. And you have to put nutrients back in soil that keeps being used to grow things with, right? Or nothing will grow in it after a while. So it's the same principle for both of those types of elements. Now, you also have a formation with your fingers, and it is with Saturn and Apollo. And these two fingers, Saturn is very much dictatorial, very much the business and career finger. You do what I say because that is just how it's done. And also, Saturn is about drive and stamina. So you have Saturn here very, very close like that with Apollo over here. Now, Apollo is a communicator, but he is very much also about self-care and creativity because he will express how he feels about something. So think of adjectives, right? So that is how he communicates. So he will feel better by saying how he feels about things, right? So when these two fingers are together like that, that's called an actor's formation. And it is found primarily on people who are professional actors and actresses. Now, it can be found on anybody, to be honest with you, that feels that they have to kind of put up a pretend mask when they are dealing with people and situations, so that whoever is addressing them will not see what is going on behind the mask, which means, Angela, that you have a lot going on that other people are not aware of, okay? Because they're only seeing the outside of this mask that you put on your face that has a nice shiny smile on it, whereas behind the mask, you could be really, really distraught and upset. They're not going to see it unless you reveal the truth to them. Now, the other thing is that Jupiter, aka Zeus, is far away from these two fingers, okay? Which means that your self-esteem and your ego you put on your back burner. You just absolutely will put you on the back burner to help those people that really do need the help. And that is a really good quality to have. But Angela, also understand that don't worry. Angela, if you are here, can you please respond to anything that I'm saying? Because we just let Richard and myself like to just do readings for people who are here, actually here, and have not just sent in a palm and gone missing and are going to check it later. So if you are here, just say anything, okay? Now, understand it is okay to have a healthy ego, not just a bombastic and outlandish ego. So please take a good look at the things that you have done in your life and appreciate how well things have worked for the people that you help out, okay? And what I mean is you people will come to you and they will ask for your advice and they will ask for you to point them in a direction, and you will lead them in that direction. But they also don't actually reciprocate because all they're seeing is that mask. And also looking at this photo, Angela, you have a very, very rare hand, which if I were seeing it in a different light, I may say something different, but according to how it looks on the screen for me, you are a part of that. Okay, thank you, Angela, for confirming that. So you are part of maybe 5 to 7% of the entire population of a planet with a type of line work that you have on your palm, which probably makes you feel like an outcast. And it's something called a simian hand, okay? So you feel things in an intense way that a lot of the people around you are not going to understand. When somebody does one thing that you think or consider or feel to be wrong, you may rush to just kind of cut them out of your life and push them away. So, okay, I get it. It's because your wisdom line and your relationship line, which are the top two lines here on the palm that go across the palm, those two lines are kind of braided together as one on the top. So you make choices based on how you feel. You understand? So the relationship is an emotion line and the wisdom line is the decision making. So when they do you wrong, so to speak, and I say that in air quotes, you may be like really overwhelmed by it and really take it to heart, and almost like a sucker punch, knocks the wind out of your sails, and you just kind of write them off and keep going. Give them another chance. They have to be able to see behind that mask to know how it affects you. Okay? So please allow yourself to be more open. Okay? I know that's a scary thing to some people, to be more open, but especially with a hand like yours. But understand it will further things for you, and you won't feel so isolated, okay? So I hope that helped, Angela, okay? Remember, you are part of a very, very tiny percentage of the entire population of the planet, like 5 to 7%, okay? So, yeah, that is because you have a very, very keen sense of, well, a person's energy, because those two lines are kind of braided together, okay? So, Angela, if you have any more questions about your simian hand, get in touch with me, right? I'd be more than willing to talk to you about it. Okay, and I have to take a quick drink of water here. Forgive me. Okay. Okay. No problem. I'm sorry? Who's light worker? Okay. Okay, so light worker on YouTube. You are getting your palm read. Okay. So how's it going for everybody? Are you liking palm readings far? Make comments. Seriously, folks, make comments. If you have any questions about palmistry, throw it out there. Here we go. All right. Light worker. Yes, I can. Okay. Richard has just changed the email address to send photos to, and he just posted it, and it is photos@sptv.uk. Okay, so that's where you send the photos of your posts to. You don't have to resend or anything like that. You don't have to do anything like that. Just make sure that the photos are in the JPEG format, though, okay, if you are sending your photo in for the first time, right? So, light worker, whoa, what is with this picture? I'm sorry, I'm joking around a little bit here, but it's like, woo! It's like, here's my palm. So, and it's like, yeah, it's like exactly, Richard said, it's like a high five, getting a high five through the computer. So, it's that odd angle for me, but I'm going to try, okay? I'm going to try. Now, obviously, I can't really make out an element because your hand isn't flat. It's at this high five kind of thing, right? Or maybe you're trying to break my nose. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But there are some things here on your hand that I find really, really intriguing. Now, first off, in this area right here, which is called the Mount of Venus, you have really been through it when you were younger. And I'm not going to ask age or anything like that, but I am going to say that those situations that were thrown at you by other people have actually cut through your lifeline. And when that happens, that is seen as anxiety. Those lines when they actually go through the lifeline. And I'm very sorry that the situations kind of had that effect, and it is very understandable because these lines that start at the base of the thumb and go toward the lifeline, those are negative situation lines that are caused by people that you know, and people you might not even know and you've never met before, but just some random event that you can't get out of your mind, right? So when those lines cut through the lifeline, it also means that we make decisions, and it can be seen on our wisdom line, which is the second line here that goes across. All the kids were grabbing the phone. Hey, it's okay. You did your best. Don't worry about it. So when those lines cut through, it also has an effect on the wisdom line, which is that, as I said, that second line that goes across. And that means that we make decisions and choices based on, we never want that to happen again, in a way that's good and in another way that's bad, okay? And I'm not condemning you or anything. It's because we're all human. Everybody does this, okay? Now, what I'm saying is sometimes people will make decisions. Yeah, you've been through it. Yep. Now, we make decisions that in the long run will actually keep us on the hamster wheel that I often talk about, meaning that we keep doing the same thing over and over and over instead of what we are meant to do in a karmic sense, not comic, but karmic, Karmic, okay? Meaning what our true soul mission is. So it can be comforting, right? To be like, okay, I'm going to keep these people out of my life. But it's going to be comfortable, but it may also keep you from what you really should be doing. And I get it. I totally get it, light worker. I truly do. Now, another thing that is on your hand, those lines cut through your wisdom line and go all the way up to your relationship line, which is why I said what I did say about cutting people out, etc., etc. Now, also, your relationship line is the deepest line on your hand, which means that you feel intense energy when you are around other people. And that can be like really, really overwhelming sometimes. You have the ability to walk into a room and be like, I don't want to be here. No, this party isn't for me. No, right? Or you can just kind of walk towards someone and feel that vibration, that energy vibration that comes off of them and just assess immediately. And let me tell you something. It's not just because of an innate gift that is in you, that you were born with, but the ability to actually have that is honed by all this nasty stuff that you went through when you were younger. That's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it is a truth, and you can read up on all of that. I offer books for you to read if you are interested, and they are books that I have read myself. So if you are interested, just get in touch with me. Yeah, and I know you're an empath, and that is kind of what I'm talking about without saying the word empath, because the word gets used so often. It really does get used. Now, just so you know, Lightworker, there are about 20 different types of empaths, and then it kind of blends into all the clairs, okay? Now, are you going to be a clair? Uh-huh, you are. So you are going to start actually having to focus on keeping a reserve of energy for you to keep doing things and working with people. Because right now, the strongest line on your hand is all about relationships. And relationships is exactly, it made you stronger. Now, relationships is a very broad term. There's work relationships, friendships, significant others, there's family, just people that we kind of see all the time when we go to different places. So it is a very large ball of wax. So understand, you can't pour from an empty cup. You're going to have to reassess, take care of you. I'm going to give you a little homework. I want you to write down what you want to do. Maybe on the weekend, this coming weekend, and try to do some of that on your own. Make a day that's just for you, so you can kind of replenish energy, okay? So I hope that helped. And as I said, I cannot make out the elements of your hand. My major was technology and relational communication. Girl. Okay. So maybe you can explain what JFIF is to me. I don't know. But just understand that you can't pour from an empty cup, and you do not deserve to think that you have to isolate in order to get through things. Okay? You don't deserve that. You just have to find your right people, like the right soul tribe to kind of be around. That's all. That is all. So I hope that helped, light worker, okay? Remember, you have to kind of add some more kindling to your inner fire. And I'm not saying you have a fire element, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. So if you have any questions or if you want any of those books to read, just let me know. Okay? All right. So who do we have next, Richard? I hope that helped too. Okay. Oh, we have some adverts, everybody, and I will be right back after it. So hang in there.
My Spiritual Designs, Ethical Creativity for Spiritual People. MySpiritualDesigns.com. A new service offering graphic and website designs, along with video animations for those who serve spirit in their own way. We can create promotional videos with voiceovers and music, and custom-made apps. There are no monthly or yearly fees. No off-the-shelf solutions, all personalized to match your own unique vision. Our website deals offer your very own online events, service booking system which accepts PayPal and Stripe payments, a contact form, gallery, and video player. Our website deals starts from as little as £150 up to only £210. For more details, please visit myspiritualdesigns.com. Spiritual Psychics TV is hosting our annual recognition of achievements, acknowledging those who dedicate their lives through spiritual acts of kindness. Candidates can register and put themselves forward to be acknowledged. Viewers can also nominate who they feel should be recognized for an achievement. Exclusively broadcasted live on SPTV, with 100% of the public votes being announced, on Saturday the 27th of May from 7:30 p.m. For more information please visit awards.spiritualpsychicstv.online. Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.
Okay. All right. I'm back. You're a little late here, Richard, okay? You're a little late notifying me of that. Hey, everybody. I'm back, as you heard. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, if you have any questions, want to reach out to me, I can be found just about everywhere, okay, on social media as Rachel G. Palmistry. All one word, okay? That's also my website, rachelgpalmistry.com. And you can also find me on the SPTV directory, and you can also find me here every other Thursday. Yammering on about palms. Yeah, let's talk about a competition that SPTV has going on right now for a deck of tarot cards. And this is it right there. It's called the Dragon Path. Actually, these are oracle cards, not tarot. Completely different. But this is by Caroline Mitchell, or Caroline Mitchell. Some people prefer that. And all you have to do to be entered into this contest is to leave a review on the Facebook page for SPTV, Spiritual Psychics TV. That's what you want to look up on Facebook if you're looking at this at a later time. And just leave a review about the readers, about something that you saw on Spiritual Psychics TV, or just about Spiritual Psychics TV itself. And then you will be entered in to potentially win this Oracle deck. which is all about dragons. That's a very beautiful illustration there, too, of all those dragons. So that is something that you want to consider doing. Hello. All right. Alicia Jane, and I'm sorry, I'm having an itchy nose here. I was explaining to Richard before I went live that it is spring has sprung here in Ohio. One day it's 19 degrees, the next it's like 60. It's like all over the place, and we have pollen like no tomorrow. But that's besides the point. But just excuse me if I got the itchies here, okay? I know some people aren't comfortable with that, but it's a necessity. All right, so Alicia Jane, look at your hand. Okay, first off, kudos as a lefty. That means you are right-brained. You think more in the gray zone than you do in the black and white. And with that, you're highly, highly creative, okay? And also, that is reflected on your hand. Now, there are some key things that I need to explain to you. First off, you have a combination hand of earth and water. That is another very volatile combination, because what happens if you overwater a garden or a plant? Right? All the plants will have like root rot, and you will have to let things dry out before you continue to use that soil, right? So you kind of can be, and again, as I prefaced at the beginning, this is no way is meant to sound demeaning, but it is a truth. That type of combination, okay? People that have an earth and water hand can sometimes be their own worst enemy, because those emotions that get thrown at somebody who has a water hand by others, meaning other people will throw things at you, will get absorbed by you because you have a water tendency, part of you, right? Part of you's water. And what will happen is that sometimes if boundaries are not recognized, because boundaries are really important with earth-handed people, you will flood your own garden, meaning all the things that you are trying to work on and help people with, or even yourself with projects, etc. Maybe a plant or garden you're trying to grow on your own, okay? But I digress. What will happen is just that everything gets overwhelmed and washed away. So you have to have boundaries. Now, another thing, this is so true. Okay, all right. So now the other thing on your hand, you have tensely deep lines. Good. This is a good thing. However, no pressure, Alicia. But you have line work on your hand of about 30% of the population. The other 70% have this. And what it is the wisdom line pinches together with the lifeline, and that is where that particular person was born, okay? You do not have that, and I'm going to show you. This line that goes across here, okay, goes across, that is my wisdom line. Up here, you can see where it pinches together with my lifeline. That was where I was born. You can look at your hand. That is not on your hand. You probably have another line that is right here on the side, doing a little bit of hand yoga. You can see my line right there. And that is called a higher purpose line. And that is found on people that have the line work that you have on your left hand here. And this means that since this hand is representative of your current life, that you have kind of a direct channel to wisdom from experience in your most recent past life. Also, Matt, means that you actually had something happen. It wasn't very nice in your past life that prevented you from doing what you were meant to do. So that's why you probably have very, very vivid dreams. You kind of have a sense of like, wait a minute, when you wake up, it's like, whoa, was I dreaming? Was that real? That kind of thing. And you need to start writing all of that information that you remember, even if it's just a color or a letter or a number, or a name, write it down, because you are getting information to complete what you started in your past life to complete in this life. Now, also, that formation is found on people who are leaders and make waves of change for the better in their communities, as well as, yeah, I know you have weird and vivid dreams. Now, that formation is actually found on leaders and also people who kind of advocate, meaning really great lawyers, people who will pick a cause and kind of spearhead it and lead it, right? People who will make waves of change politically, even for the better. They have that formation on their hands. So no pressure, Alicia. No pressure. But you got that on you, okay? You have that ability to do that. Now, also, down in this area, which is called the Mount of Luna or the Mount of Selene, the same goddess. It's just the moon goddess, okay? This is a whole watery area, okay? That is where you find psychic abilities, how intuitive a person is, where their empath is kind of seated on their hand, right? You have a bunch of triangle work, meaning islands and chaining in that area. And what that means is that you need to write. You have to, and it has to be some kind of doctrine kind of thing. Yeah, big pressure. I hear you. I hear you. Now, you are probably like, I don't want to write. Well, you're going to write. You're not going to do it right now. But when you get older, you are going to sit and you are going to make waves with what you write. So sit at your computer, start writing. This is also why I'm telling you to keep track of what you remember in your dreams, because it will kind of mesh together at the end of a month, meaning go month to month, okay? At the end of a month, look back on all the days that you wrote, maybe a one-line sentence in a dream journal, right? And all that information will come together and kind of like knitting or crocheting something, okay? Patchwork even. And you'll be like, oh, wait, that's the direction I need to go in. And because you have your own guide, it's you. You have information from your past life at the ready within you. And it's only really there 100% when you are calm and relaxed and in theta mode when you are sleeping, which is why your dreams are so intense. Now, what are you going to write about in your future? What is it going to change? You are going to start creating policies. So right now, you have to. I also feel, because of that big island and where it is, and it's a little fleshy area that is kind of cornered off from the rest of your hand because of line work. Because of the appearance of that it has to do with children. So whether it be policies and helping and kind of creating a foundation and spearheading that foundation to help children in some capacity, I would really focus on that. Pick a cause right now and invest some time with it, and you will create waves of change that will last and last and last for years to come. And that is the type of hand that you have. One problem though. At the end of your wisdom line, do you see how it kind of branches into two lines? That is you behaving one way and then thinking and feeling another way. Be aware of that. That will not go well. Okay? That will not go well. So you have to kind of create those boundaries so you do not drown out the projects that you decide to work on. Okay? Because all that progress that you make could be washed away with the emotions of others that aren't even your own. Those emotions aren't even yours to keep. Okay, Alicia says, I do a lot of meditation. I'm trying to open myself up a little bit more as well. 100%. Keep at that, okay? But as I said, pick a cause, whatever that cause may be, and get behind it, because you have the ability to make change for the better. Like you're part of 30% of the population of the planet. Go for it, Alicia. If you have any questions, just reach out. And I hope that helped. Okay. I'm going to take another drink of water here. Excuse me. What are you? Stop. Richard. Richard. He's being such a sassy one. Okay. So sassy tonight. What's going on? All right. So who do we have next? Okay. Lisa Wilkinson. Okay. Hey there, Lisa. Oh, right. Look at your hands. You have a combination hand as well. Wow. Wait till you hear what your combination is. Your combination is a very rare one. You have water and air. Now, the thing with air, not many people actually have come to me over 36 years. That's probably the least red palm in my time frame of doing palmistry by me is the air hand, okay? And that is because for me, air-handed people, or people who have that element in their hand, you're very welcome, Alicia. That air is one of the strongest independent elements that a lot of people just can't really figure out. So a lot of times air people, not their astrological sign again, everybody, but their hand, that energy can be very off-putting to some people, and because they just can't get that impression of who that person is when it comes to reading someone's energy. So let me explain further on that. You know the old adage, any way the wind blows, right? Nobody really knows which way the wind is going to blow all the time. So people will come to you, Lisa, and let's imagine, and I always use this scenario to get this point across. People will come to you, and let's say they're in a little sailboat, and they're like, hey, Lisa, can you help me get over there to that other shore so that I can, have a better job, or, I have to move, whatever the situation is. And you can be like, okay, and you can put wind in their sails, which would propel them forward and help them. Or you can be like, no. Mm-mm. And they will just sit there and be like, wait a minute. Wait, I need a little help here. And you'll be like, not for me. No. And there's the third choice, which is you can be like, no. And you can blow the wind in their sails in the wrong direction and push them all the way back to where they started. That is the strength of the element of air when it comes to palmistry. And it just so happens to be your fingers. Okay? So the first thing that people get from you is actually felt from whatever element your fingers are, because that's what you use in life to grab things with. That's what you use to hold a pen and write with. You shake somebody's hand, etc. And so people are going to kind of be like, oh, wait a minute, what type of person is Lisa? Can I trust her? That kind of thing, right? Because of that energy. Then your palm, all water. Lisa, you have so many intuitive abilities about you that you have yet to tap into. And also, you, just like Alicia, have a separate wisdom line from your lifeline, meaning that you need to pick a cause. You're part of that 30% of the entire population of the planet that can make change for the better for people who just don't have a voice. You can be the voice for the voiceless, okay? So again, just like I told Alicia, no pressure to you, Lisa, okay? And another thing, your lifeline, very, very straight, very wonderful, really, really nice and deep, okay? It's very neutral energy of your lifeline. So you can kind of go through sticky situations, and it might not feel that you're unscathed, but let me tell you, Lisa, you can go unscathed, whereas other people would be very skittish and would run at the drop of a hat. You'll be like, no, bring it. So you are a person that would be wonderful to know. And it's kind of interesting that you have that air tendency in your fingers, okay? People will actually approach you for that wisdom, just like Alicia, but because of your line work, especially the strength of your lifeline, they are going to come to you because you have such strength underneath it all. You really have an amazing amount of strength. You understand this? Okay, thank you for confirming that, Lisa. And the other thing is, so much of who you are is untapped, meaning all the resources that you can use to help you move forward. Now, I have a question for you, Lisa. On this photo, it looks like right here, underneath Apollo and kind of going towards Saturn, up in this area, it looks like you might have a little freckle or a mole. Could you tell me if you have that or if it's just the picture, please? Because it does mean something. Any type of, like, paper cut even, mole, a scar, even if you've had surgery, that type of scar, that also means something. Everything, any kind of thing that happens to the hand, even where you wear your rings, means something, okay? So Lisa, if you could just tell me if that is a freckle or a mole there, if it's just the photo itself, I'd appreciate that. And I'm going to continue while I'm waiting for you to get back to me on that. Now, you, Lisa, Mercury is far away from the rest of your fingers, which means that you kind of have to be backed in, little red spot type thing. Okay, perfect. Mercury, which is the pinky here, is way far away from the rest of the fingers, which means that you kind of have to be backed into a corner, even though you have all that air energy and you have all that strength in you. You will not lash out at anybody unless you are backed into a corner and you have no way out. So you really, really have to be pushed in order to kind of defend who you are to others and to also stand up for you, okay? Which you're gonna have to get over that, okay? Now, the only thing that is driving that and reinforcing that attitude is the fact that you have a water palm. And water, as I said, is all emotion, okay? Now that red spot that you have is underneath Apollo and a little bit towards Saturn, which means that if you were to do something really creative career-wise, it would go very, very far. But at this point in time, you have not put enough energy into it for it to be a success line. If you had put the effort into whatever it is and just keep going and pushing, okay, it would be a horizontal line up in this area where that little red spot is. So keep your eyes out and keep them peeled on your palm, looking for those little, they're really short, little horizontal lines that could appear. Right now, you have some self-doubt underneath Apollo, and that's just because people have kind of led you to believe that you wouldn't be very successful. Well, it's wrong of them to lead you that way, okay? You also have this way of kind of doubting whether or not if you were to express to people how they make you feel, that they would understand. And that's because of the air element that you have in your hand. Do not ever cut yourself short when it comes to your strength. People would like to make you think that you are not strong enough. But people will come to you, tell you their problems, and why are they doing that, and asking for your advice as to how to get out of their situations. That's because you are strong. And they seek you out because of that. Never forget that. You might not have seen it that way. I'm kind of feeling that. But because airhands never know their own strength. So if you have any questions, Lisa, just reach out to me, okay? And remember, do not allow yourself to carry the weight of emotion that other people will pour onto you and kind of like give to you to carry. That's not for you to carry. That's for them to experience and for them to manage on their own. Okay? All right. So Lisa with the air quality. Wow. All right, everybody. So I hope that helped, Lisa. I've started drawing again, and you love doing portraits. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. But have you thought about doing your own oracle deck? Or maybe teaching a painting or drawing class? These are all options that are on the table there. Okay, Lisa. Any questions? Get in touch. All right. So, Richard, shall we do a couple cards now? If you are there, Richard, I cannot hear you. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. So, do some cards now? Okay, sure. All right, let me do a quick shuffle here. And just so you guys know which deck I'm using, I said in the beginning, but I'll show you again. This is the Classic Tarot. So it is the Rider-Waite deck, but it has the original illustrations on it from when the Rider-Waite deck came out, or I should say was created via the Golden Dawn movement in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And I'm going to be spending about a minute, maybe a minute or two per person. So who do we have, Richard? Jackie. All right. Absolutely, you're getting a card. Here we go. I'm going to cut the deck. Ooh. Okay. Slippery cards. All right. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Okay. So first off, we have the 10 of Pentacles, aka 10 of Coins, aka 10 of Earth. Hope you can see that. The light's kind of reflecting on it. Now, the interesting thing about this card is that it is the ultimate attainment, not entertainment, attainment. When it comes to family, when it comes to community, that kind of a thing. But also, there has to be, this represents that there needs to be a balance in order to kind of put energy where things are needed, meaning maintain that happiness and that kind of balance that is found with this card, meaning the 10 of Earth. This is all about family. This is about community. This is about friendship, all the relationships underneath the sun, right? And this is pretty much taking them as far as they could go before you start getting into any of like the knights or the page or anything like that. So this is all your energy. You have not received any type of messages from anybody saying otherwise. It's just that this is a really good place for you to be in right now. And Jackie, it might not feel that way. Be honest. It might not feel that way, but this is the energy at the moment. So take a good look around you, kind of pull back and assess what is going on around you and relax. Allow yourself some peace of mind right here, right now, and know that balance does exist, but that in order to keep this way, you will have to maintain that balance. So you will have to stay on top of things. But it's not just a one-person journey. It's everyone involved, okay? So that's your card, Jackie, and I hope that helped. All right, so who else do we have, Richard? B. Okay. 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 All right, we have another pentacle. Now, I brought up the Knight just a minute ago, right? We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Coins. With this, we know that the Knights do all of the dirty work, right? Well, you are in the process of kind of working on a project, kind of seeing things through to the bitter end. Make sure that you dot all the I's and cross all the T's when you start to get to that finish line with it, okay? Now, this, as I said, is the Knight, and the Pentacles, aka Coins, aka Earth, have to deal with home, family, and business. So again, I'm going to say right now you're in the thick of it, but remember to look at the fine line of things. Dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and make sure everything is done appropriately and accordingly. I hope that helped B. Okay. All right. So who else do we have, Richard? That does not have a name on it that I can see anyway. Brennan. Okay, Brennan. Here we go. Your card. Oh. Okay, we have some drawn nudity. Okay, everybody calm down. It's drawn and it's not really graphic, but it's nudity. So we have the Lover's card. Now keep in mind, these are the original illustrations, okay? So don't come at me, people. Okay, with the Lover's card, this happens to be the 6 in the major arcana. It is to represent Adam and Eve with Eden behind them. Now, with that, this as a major arcana card means that there is swift life, really quick, swift, life-changing things, or a situation that is right around the corner for you, Brennan. And just because it is the Lover's card does not necessarily mean that it is relationship based, okay? What it does mean, because it is the 6, is that you are going to kind of go into new territory, because remember, Eden is behind them in the Lover's card. You are going to be going through changes where you will actually be triumphant, because the number 6 is always found around triumphant cards in the tarot, okay? But there is change afoot, swift life change, okay? So just pay close attention to what's going on around you. All right, there you go. That is your cards, Brennan. Hope that helped. All right. And if you are unfamiliar with the difference between major arcana and minor arcana, major is just that. Major, intense, quick life changes. And minor arcana is like the regular day-to-day stuff that pops up, okay? Not something... What popped in your head, Richard? What popped in your head? Okay, all right. Oh, well, let's do that. Hey, Richard's got an idea here. Okay, Richard just had an idea for a VIP. That would be like an evening or something, right? An event. So those people that support SBTV, because I didn't bring this up and I apologize, but there is the option to help support SPTV, because all of these readings and presentations and all the presenters, we just kind of give our time to help. And Richard, who is the producer and he is the one behind SPTV, provides all these services for free. So if you decide to kind of be a patron, meaning what is the become a membership at a membership level of SPTV? Yeah, you can find that information in the SPTV lounge, and it's like I can't even remember the rates. All that information will be on there. Very, very, very extremely affordable, but that will make you a VIP, okay? And as a VIP member of SPTV, you get perks. You get percentage off of one-on-one readings with presenters, meaning on their time, they will give you a percentage off. You also get the ability to be involved with Zoom presentations for VIP only, right? And Richard just mentioned having a VIP evening event for VIP with talking about the minor and major arcana in tarot, involving myself and talking about it, and kind of teaching that in a VIP setting, probably through Zoom. Am I correct on this, Richard? Yeah, it would be through Zoom, so that it wouldn't be kind of open to everybody, just VIP. So if you are interested in that, become a VIP member of SBTV. Help support, keep this programming going for everybody. And I mean, it's been, how long has SPTV been a thing, Richard? 4 years or so, or three? About 4 years. Yep. Yeah. And it's been free this entire time. Okay. So it is very, very good thing to be a part of. Okay. And also, I look forward to seeing you. Don't know when it's going to happen yet, but it'll be posted. So keep track of what's going on the Spiritual Psychics TV Facebook page and on the website. Okay. So, who is this person on the screen right now? I do not see their name. Jackie Lewis. Oh, right. Well, yeah, these cards, I really like these cards, and I am a purist at heart. So I'm happy you like them too, Jackie. So here we go. And the back of them, look at the back of the cards so you can see them. Very beautiful. Okay, here's your card though. Oh, why are you feeling this way? Come on now, stop it, Jackie. Okay, all right. Absolutely. Get on the website. Exactly. It'll be on there somewhere, and it'll also be posted on the Spiritual Psychics TV Facebook page. So we just got to figure that out after I'm done here. We'll talk about it, Richard. Yeah. Okay. So, Jackie, this is your card. You have the original ones? Okay. So this is another major arcana card. This is the Hermit. So you are kind of going through it, okay, Jackie? And I feel you here, okay? Sometimes we just kind of want to crawl away very quietly and be like, nope, done, count me out, and kind of hide from the world, okay? Understand, you do have the ability to come back out at any time. And Jackie, I'm here to tell you, yes, you're going to have to do that sooner rather than later with situations going on based on what is the card behind this, meaning the previous, and the card in front of this. You are going to have to come out of hermit mode as soon as possible. And I get that situations, exactly, right here, right now, you need to be the hermit. I get it. But you gotta come back out. Okay? There is light at the end of that tunnel. It might be uncomfortable to get back out there and participate with the same circumstances going on. That's why take this moment in time to kind of gather your strength and then go back out there and speak your piece, speak your mind, okay? And change things for the better. So learn. People will learn about things that are going on in your absence just as much as you can kind of educate yourself about what's going on as well. And you can make decisions based off of that. That's your card. Major life-changing event. All right. So who else do we have? And I hope that helped, Jackie. No, you didn't miss yours. A Banshee. You did not miss it. Okay, let's do your card here. Oh, another major arcana, and this deck is shuffled, everybody. It really was shuffled. So, we have the Hanged Man. Now, that sounds really horrific, but really it's just that somebody that has tied themselves to a tree upside down. Now, what is that in reference to? Well, it kind of goes back to Odin and how the runes were obtained. Odin tied himself upside down to, you can call it the Tree of Wisdom, the Tree of Knowledge, or the Tree of Learning. Pick whichever one you would like. It's all the same tree, essentially. And he did that in order to kind of glean information from a higher authority, we'll say. And he would sacrifice, he sacrificed certain things and all this stuff. He just really went through it, right? In order to get wisdom for his people. And what was that wisdom in the very bitter end? That was language, which is where the runes came from. So I have to ask you, why are you doing this to you? Why are you, this is a major arcana card again, so this is a major life change, saying that you are kind of looking for direction, and you are kind of tired, kind of, this is metaphorical, don't you go doing this now, but you know, hitting your head against the wall in exasperation and frustration. You're tired of it. So here you are, and you're just gonna try your best and wait. Stop that. Be proactive. Clue, like, kind of like, go inward. Sense your intuition. Where are your interests? That's what you have to ask yourself. And then you go out and you gain that wisdom through experience with those interests. Okay? And you have come so much farther than you think you have already, a Banshee, okay? In order for this to happen, you're also very empathetic. This is a very empathetic card. For you to be able to do this in order to better yourself and better the people around you, this is a very, very heavy card. And if it was pulled the other way, that would mean that you were ready to come down and you had already received the information that you were looking for. But right now, you're still tied to that tree upside down. So, be patient and kind of listen to the things that you want. Listen to your own inner voice, that gut voice, and let it guide you in what direction you need to go to next. All right. So, Richard, who else do we have? Oh, a couple more. Gina. All right. Let's get your card. Yay, it's not a major arcana. All right, so we have the Page of Wands. This is a fire card. Wands are fire. And the page, obviously, is the messenger. And because this is fire, that means that this is a situation, an event that's going to happen very soon, because fire burns very quickly. So in time frames, fire moves very fast, okay? So prepare to get a message kind of like out of left field within a few days' time. And you might be like, what kind of message? Is it a good message? It's the kind of message that will kind of be the impetus for you to kind of take life by those proverbial horns and move forward. So is it good? Yeah, it's good news. Here it is. This is right around the corner. Give it a few days. Okay. So who else do we have, Richard? Okay, let's do that. So Richard just brought up an interesting idea. Who is currently online at this moment that in the few years that I have been with SPTV has never had a card pulled from me? If you could just make a comment in the chat area, and then Richard, well, with the first one that we see, Richard will put it up on the screen for me and I will pull a card for you. Who never has had a card? Pardon? No, have more faith in that, Richard. Esley. Okay. I think you have Esley. Maybe it was a palm, though. I recognize that because in my head I always say it as sleigh in my head, sleigh. Let's get your card. I don't mind. It's our little secret. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands, which is fire again. Now with this, you're throwing everything at the situation. You have thrown everything at the situations going on in your life, and even for those around you. And now it's cleanup time. It's like, okay, I gotta repair all the damage that has been done so that things can move forward. That is where you are at. Now, again, this is a fire card, so time frame wise, this is something very, very soon, very swift, very quick, okay? It's right around the corner in a matter of a couple days when it comes to time frame. So if there has been a lot of chaos going on in your world, understand that that chaos, according to this card, is kind of funneling down and settling down and is going to finally come to an end, okay? But you'll be the one left to pick up the pieces, okay? But you will be able to move forward. Yeah, I hear you, Esley. Yep. absolutely giving all of me to everyone and everything. Now, my suggestion here, because this card says that you are going to be the one left picking up all the pieces from all this chaos, don't be quiet about it. You might say, oh, that would be rude if I were to say anything. No, hear me out. Fire. Even if you don't have a fire hand, meaning that is your soul energy, you're always cleaning by yourself, picking things up by yourself, proverbially. Okay. If you are dealing with the element of fire in any aspect, fire needs kindling, doesn't it? So if you need to kind of find more energy, you have to open up and tell people, hey, you were a part of this too. It wasn't just me. So get in here and help a little bit. Speak or forever hold your peace, Esley. Okay? Because the card that is after this just so happens to be the page, which would be the messenger, which would be you telling people or sending them a message about something. So there you go. That is your card. Your first card for me. All right. So that is it for me today. Be on the lookout. Look on the website. Look on the Spiritual Psychics TV Facebook. Look at all their pages and become a VIP member or a sponsor of SPTV, and you can participate in the major and minor arcana discussion that will be on Zoom that I will be teaching about tarot. Okay? And I look forward to that. And Richard and I will talk in a little bit and try to figure out a date. So just keep looking for that information. And it was a pleasure getting to read, and actually an honor getting to read your palms and also getting to pull cards from you. I will be back in 2 weeks' time, and I will be 8 o'clock in the UK again, which will be 3 o'clock here in the States, because I believe you move your clocks forward or change your time next week. Is that right, Richard? See, there's usually 5 hours between Richard and I, and he's in the UK. And right now there's only 4, because in the States, on the Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Time Zone, we moved our clocks ahead 1 hour. So right now there's only 4 instead of 5. It's chaos, everybody. It's chaos. People trying to control time, you know? It's crazy. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. And Jackie, oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. And Jackie says, thank you to you too, Richard. You spring forward 1 hour. Okay. When do you do that, Kevin? Kevin's going to clear it up for us, Richard. Okay. Well, anyway, just know that I really appreciate all of you. Keep track of the Facebook page, become a VIP patron of SBTV, and I'll see you soon. 2 weeks' time, right back here on SBTV. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.